everybody's dream to win the Derby.
Here they come, and it's anybody's race.
Been looking forward to this, moment pretty much my whole career.
And swapped from California as the 1955 Kentucky Derby champion.
It's one of those you stay up at night thinking about.
It's a historic moment, and people are clamoring to come to Louisville.
And it's Secretariat that wins it by 2.5 lengths.
Kentucky Derby is really what every trainer really shoots for when they decide to enter this profession, and the 150th Derby would be really something extra special.
The countdown is on to Derby 150, and it all kicked off tonight with opening night at Churchill Downs. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Connie Leonard in for Alex tonight. Well, we start tonight off with one of the most important events for the trainers and their Derby contenders, the post position draw. WHAS11's Mason Horodisky is joining us now to tell us where the horses will start the race. Mason?
That's right, Connie. We are just 7 short days away from the 150th year of the fastest 2 minutes. We are in for a historic-filled week, and it's one that got going tonight with the 150th post draw. So without further ado, let's get right into it with our first 4, starting off with Louisville native Danny Gargan's Dornoch on the rail at 1. Then Sierra Leone, great draw for him, 3-to-1 odds for Chad Brown, and a strong work performance this morning. After them, Mystic Dan and Catching Freedom. 5 through 8, we have Catalytic in the winningest post in Derby history, 10 past winners at number 5. Just a touch in the 8 spot, that's the same one as last year's winner, Mage. 9 through 12, we have back-to-back Japanese horses at 10 and 11, T.O. Password and Forever Young. Then Track Phantom at 12, Steve Asmussen seeking his first ever Derby victory. A lot of big odds, 13 through 16. West Saratoga, 50-1. Endlessly and Domestic Product, both 30-1. And Grand Mo the first, who entered the field after Deterministic was scratched, gets 50-1 odds as well. It ends with a very interesting 4. 17, the favorite, Todd Pletcher's Fierceness. In all of the 149 years leading up to next week, no horse has ever won from the 17 post. Fierceness has a chance to make some history. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Kentucky Derby posts. But we can't talk Derby weekend if we don't talk Oaks as well. Let's rattle off the Friday fillies. Tappet Janali all the way on the inside, followed by Gin Gin, Where's My Ring, Regulatory Risk. 5 through 8 are Torpedo Anna, Dwayne Lucas's Lemon Muffin, Fiona's Magic, and favorite Tarifa. 9 through 12, Everland, Into Champagne, Chad Brown's Ways and Means with 5-to-1 chances there, and Power Squeeze. Rounding out the field, Just FYI and Leslie's Rose. There you have it, your 2024 post draws. Now back to the Derby. The favorites may have their work cut out for them, but as Kent Spencer tells us, the plan for them remains the same. Win.
When you talk about the 2 favorites heading into Derby 150, Fierceness and Sierra Leone, they wanted to avoid 3 dreaded post positions. The 1, the 20, and the 17. The gate that no horse has ever won out of in the Kentucky Derby. Check, check, and for Fierceness, unfortunately, he drew the dreaded 17. I would imagine the fact that nobody's ever won from the 17, even though you like it, you love it.
No, I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, love it. Love it. It means it's due, and you got to put it, I'd rather have been the least winning post than the most winning post. It's great.
Does it still allow you to do what you guys want to do as far as strategy?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we want to break cleanly, come out running, and it's going to be up to Johnny to make the decision how fast they're going, and so he can survey it from there.
Number 2.
2, Sierra Leone.
What did you think of the 2 for Sierra Leone?
Yeah, it's a touch further inside than I would have wanted, but I didn't want to be way on the outside. For a closer like this, that can lead to a really wide trip, and I don't really want that for this horse. My goal is for the horse to save ground to that first turn, and the easiest way to do it is on the inside.
Number 4.
4 is Catching Freedom.
With Catching Freedom, does this give you some options?
Nah, look, I think he's going to be in the second half of the field. Flavian's, obviously a very patient rider. The horse makes you patient. He doesn't have a lot of early speed. The other two have a little more speed, Encino and just a touch.
Now that the field is set, there's one other factor that nobody can predict. These horses have never run in a 20-horse field and probably will never do it again. All bets are off the moment those gates open. Reporting at Churchill Downs, Ken Spencer, WHAS 11 News.
All right, so after the pool, does it change what you were thinking?
I mean, it's going to change what I'm thinking every time I wake up leading up to these next 7 days. If I'm going to go with recency bias, though, Sierra Leone looked incredible in his work today. If you want to go with a little bit less of a chalky pick, more of a upset, look who was running duos with him today. Domestic Product keeping pace. I think he could be in the mix for something as well, but you heard it there from Ken. All bets are off, especially in a race like this. You can't wait.
Thanks so much, Mason. Appreciate it. And of course, racing is already underway at Churchill Downs as thousands of people headed to the track for opening night. WHAS 11's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester caught up with some fans dressed to impress.
I mean, it's easier to navigate, you get to explore, get to watch horse races, hopefully not lose as much money as Derby.
As the dial draws closer to the 150th run for the Roses.
Before 200,000 people show up.
Anticipation mounts underneath the Twin Spires.
There's not another city that has this, the longest annual sporting event in world history.
A little bit less showmanship, but still people get dressed up, kind of get you in the spirit for Derby.
And pretty much anywhere you looked, crowds were dressed to the nines.
Have a little piece of flair here and there.
From the vets.
I pick my outfit and he takes every color that he owns in the same wheelhouse and puts it on.
To the first timers.
You see all the people dressed up. Obviously I'm not.
Like PJ Pacenti.
And where are you from? North Carolina, Winston-Salem.
Taking a trip down the Bourbon Trail, Pacenti and his friends stumbled upon opening night on a whim.
Yes, on a whim. Our trip is all about Kentucky bourbon. It's something you always want to go and visit and see, so that's why we're here.
Opening night also marks the debut of the new paddocks, which we're standing in right now, and as you can see, it brought quite the crowd.
It's amazing. I was amazed how big it is. I didn't realize it was going to be this huge, but it's definitely impressive.
And we literally turned the corner and kind of went, wow, but it really is more than the vision was, what we saw on the news and the renderings and all that.
The 12,000 square foot space features several swanky clubhouses and an uninterrupted view of the awe-inspiring Twin Spires. Step out near the track.
I just love it that it's just so wrapped up in tradition.
And you'll find thousands of enthused fans, some looking to turn big bets into opening night payouts.
Oh my goodness, it's awesome. The festivities, I mean, this is the kickoff night for Churchill Downs and we love it. We're here every year. It really does set Louisville as a milestone around the world.
With the pageantry palpable, Louisville is set to mark its own major milestone with the 150th Kentucky Derby just days away. From Churchill Downs, Connor Steffen to WHAS 1119 on your side.
Safety is a strong focus at Churchill Downs, especially after 12 horse deaths at the track during the last spring meet. Well, Churchill Downs released new safety rules for that reason for horses that go into effect this year. The racetrack itself is a priority. New and upgraded tractors and graders are in place, plus a new turf expert has been hired. Some of the new rules taking effect include veterinarians cannot have contact with entered horses within 24 hours of post time. Horses cannot have any medications within 48 hours of the race. If there is a medical emergency, stewards will authorize treatment and the horse will be scratched. Well, this afternoon it was all fun down at the waterfront as the Kentucky Derby Festival held the annual Kentucky Derby.
Ducks ready to take the Ohio, and
Thousands of pre-purchased rubber ducks were dropped into the Ohio River today. 3 ducks were plucked from the river to choose this year's winners. The whole event benefits Harbor House of Louisville, a local nonprofit that serves adults with disabilities.
We have seen overwhelming joy. We have had some of the most amazing politicians, our mayor, community dignitaries, and just community support all around come out and be here for such a fun event. It has been truly a wonderful experience. Lots of smiles, lots of happiness, all for such an amazing organization.
This year's first place winner received a new Hyundai Kona. Second place took home $1,000 and third $500. And that wasn't the only racing fun today. This morning, the annual Kentucky Derby Festival mini marathon and marathon set off under cloudy and breezy conditions. An estimated 10,000 runners registered for the race. We spoke with Mayor Craig Greenberg after the race, and he told us he was happy to finish.
Thank you. I finished. That's all that matters. What a wonderful day. All the runners, there was great spirits, great crowds, another wonderful Kentucky Derby Festival event. Onward to Derby 150. Hopefully we have the same weather for Thurby and Oaks and Derby next year, and I hope everyone gets a chance to take advantage of these amazing Derby Festival events.
And it was a three-peat for Lexington native Antonio Marchi, who won the men's full marathon. Louisville native Caroline Gosser took home the top spot in the women's division during her debut race.